Hey, what is up guys, it's Velocity here from Project Velocity. Now today I'm going to be doing kind of a one-time video on my favourite Black Ops 2 classes. The reason I say kind of a one-time video is because there's a billion class setups on YouTube, and I just thought I'd do it as a one-time video, as a Black Ops 2 commentary, you know, just to show my favourite classes. You can use these if you want. I think they are quite good. They are kind of, you know, my favourite classes, so I think they're quite good. So I'm an assault rifle guy, so my favourite gun is the AN-94. It's not my most used gun. I think it's my second or third. But PDW happens to be my most used gun. Back when the game first came out, I didn't really know what the best gun for me would be, so I was kind of just using that. But yeah, AN-94 happens to be my best one. It's got a drop-off rate in terms of fire. The longer you hold down the trigger, the slower the fire gets. But it doesn't actually seem to bother me. I don't really seem to notice it. Other guns I've been using are MAA1 and MTAR. I seem to use the most, although MTAR is not particularly my highest KD gun, but I seem to like it quite a lot. So anyway, let's go on to camo. So I've got diamond on these, but it's kind of got boring now. Everybody's running around. So let's put on the new cyborg camo, because that thing is fucking beast. In terms of attachments, I pretty much go for fast mags. It's not a particularly slow reloading gun, but I kind of just like it, and the main one for me is stock. With every assault rifle I have to have stock. I started using, I think it was called Stalker on Modern Warfare 3, and I've got so used to using that I don't like when, you know, aiming down sights, how slow you move. Secondaries, I don't really bother with the secondaries. If I do use a secondary, it's Cap 40 or B2 I think they've nerfed the cap since I've last used it, possibly. Perks I use are, I don't really tend to go with Ghost anymore. I pretty much use Flat Jacket. Flat Jacket is pretty main one for me with all the Bounce and Betties more than anything. Claymores, nobody ever really seems to use it. Kind of rubbish in this game. And yeah, so basically I've used it pretty much for Bounce and Betties. They're so overused, and I'm kind of a culprit for this. I use them all the time, and I'll get to that. Scavenger I use as well. Scavenger I use mostly for the equipment, and it does help with ammo, but I'm usually pretty dead before my ammo's gone. My third perk is, now this is, I'm not really sure I use, sometimes I use dexterity, just because I get annoyed when I'm sprinting and I can't bring up my gun fast enough. But I don't really use extreme conditioning. Dead silence I think is possibly the most useless one. No, awareness, most useless perk ever. Just go away. I don't think anybody ever uses that. Tactical mask I hear is pretty good. I don't really ever use that though. So I pretty much use engineer or dexterity. If I'm going to go with engineer, I'm going to go through the kill streaks as well. And I pretty much use care package, which is why I use engineer, but I'll go into that in a minute. And for my lethal, I use Bounce and Betties. Kind of newbie, yeah, but I you know, it's just a really good, you know, it's just a really good, and I use it more as defensively, not offensively. I know some people use it just to try and get a few kills. They just from whenever to get a kill, whereas I will, when I'm holding down a building or a flag, whatever, I'll put it, you know, where I think the enemy's gonna go. And I pretty much again use another typical one, shock charge. Although in saying that, I have been using C4 lately more than the Bounce and Betties. At one point I couldn't use C4 at all, and I've been really going with it now. I seem to actually be getting quite a few kills with it, so I'll actually change out Bounce and Betty for C4. I think it's actually pretty good. So we got a couple of extra slots left. I think actually I'm probably going to go through just one class for today. Maybe I'll do this another time, just so I realise how long this is taking to do this one, so I'm going into detail. So what I would probably do now is I'll probably take out a third perk, not third perk, second perk on perk 1, or a third attachment is what I meant to say. So if I do that, fast mag, and this is kind of a difficult one. I'll go through the ones I don't really like. MMS, no. Launcher, no. Extended clip, can't use that because of fast mag. Hybrid optic, I don't think really anybody uses that. FMJ is okay. Suppressor I don't really use. EOTech, no, I've never used that. Select fire, no, that just kind of, unless it's a single burst fire gun, I can't imagine why anybody would want to use select fire. Laser sight's gonna kind of good, especially, I mean, it's pretty much a must on submachine guns, but on assault rifles, not so much. I did used to use foregrip a lot, but after seeing Drifter's video quite a few months ago now, and he said how useless they were, I kind of stopped using it. Actually, there we go. I think it's probably quick draw is probably my main one. It's got quite a good sight on it, so I don't really need to use the red dot on it. So pretty much quick draw, and that allows me, you know, I reload. I get into, I think a lot of people do this, but I typically will reload a lot after every time I shoot. So that kind of helps, and then the quick draw as well. I mean, to move fast. I think that's a pretty good combination, to be honest. That is a pretty good class. How generic that is, how often you see that, I don't know. But that to me is my try-hard class, basically. And we just come out and go into my score streaks now. I pretty much already got this up. Now this is pretty much my typical score streaks. Care package with the engineer. Care packages are pretty generous anyway. So, you know, I often find I get pretty lucky with them. I will often get better a kill streak worth more than the care package itself, and if I don't, I just re-roll it. So this is a pretty powerful combination, to be honest. Then Lightning Striker kind of uses that sort of middle kill streak to elevate me up to the stealth chopper. So hopefully I usually get 2 to 3 kills, and it helps me get up to the stealth chopper. Other ones I use, and I don't really. I'll be honest, I don't really go for the hard ones. Not because I can't get them, but because I do get them at a less frequency. So I just rather hit the lower kill streaks a lot more, and I find to get more kills that way than just trying my hardest and maybe possibly getting dogs or something. So I'll be honest, I don't really ever use dog, swarm, not really warthog. The ones I do use are escort drone, AGR, lodestar, possibly at the highest I go. But stealth chopper I can get a couple of times a game sometimes, and it just absolutely rips them apart. So that is pretty much my class. Apart from that as well, let's stick on a cyborg on a knife, which looks fucking awesome as well. So that's it for today's video. Let's just quickly take a moment to talk about what's coming up. At the moment, my video schedule has been between 4 and 5 days, which I want to kind of reduce it down to 3. I definitely want to get videos out every 3 days. At the moment, it's just, like I said, I'm still in that phase where I do a lot of videos and end up scrapping them because I don't think they're up to the quality that they should be. I don't think they should be. The last video I don't think was my best quality video. I wasn't unhappy with it, but I know I could do better. That just happens sometimes. Some of my videos I'm extremely happy with, some of them I feel like you can improve, and I think that just happens until you get to a certain point. But anyways, the next E3 I believe is happening on like the 10th, so that's 4 days away from today. So I should have a new, have either one of my new series up, which is top 10 or top 5 gaming, depending on the video. So hopefully that'll be up just before E3, or if not, I will do all the E3 videos. I plan to get a ton of E3 videos out, and pretty much, yeah, so I plan to get a ton of E3 videos out, and possibly one a day, and give you all the news and all this extra information you may not know, and then get the new series out then. So, thanks for listening to me rambling on at the end there. Thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully you actually find this interesting. If you want me to do any more of these, you know, I will. So until then, guys, I will see you in a few days. I'm out.